What's happening? I'm Iron Man from the music group theLottory, Showtime Records. And what I am is an edutainer. Basically, I try to sprinkle a little bit of knowledge and information while leaving a smile on your face at the same damn time. Okay? Now these ideas, they're neither wrong nor right. Just my views on life. Okay, now let me just start off because this has been a really requested video and I didn't want to do it at the time because there were some activities being partaken in that I'm not really for. Basically, there was I don't know if y'all know or not, but I've never seen The Godfather. I've never seen it. I've never seen Godfather 1, 2, or 3, okay? But if there is one thing that I can take away from those movies that I do know about them, is that they involve the mafia or the mob. And I've always thought and realized that joining the mob is never a good idea in any way, shape, or form. Now, I'm not talking about flash mobs, okay? But joining a mob per se is never a good idea. It always ends up poorly, like I said, in the end. But there's a lot of mob mentality going on, especially about this guy and the truth with surviving R. Kelly. They wanted me to talk about this because that's what I do here on this channel, just my views on life. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you're alerted every time there's a brand new video. Okay, if you haven't already, make sure you follow me on my 2 Twitter handles so we can always stay in constant contact and share ideas as we always do. Now, but there's a mob mentality going on, and there's people are really emotional, and usually when there's a mob, like a lynch mob or any type of mob, it never turns out for the best because emotions are running high, and you should never make decisions when you are in the thralls of high levels of emotion. It never been like, man, I was really, really emotional at that time and mad and upset, and I made a good decision. No one ever says that. It always usually ends up with some level of regrets because you're like, man, now that I've calmed down, I can think logically about this, I wouldn't do it. Now listen, for full disclosure, you know, I have listened to R. Kelly's music before. Okay, this is not a platform to be on. I'm on R. Kelly's side. I'm against R. Kelly. All this. Listen. I don't even know this guy. I don't even know. But just like anybody who's had access to American music in the last 30 to 35 years, like myself, you have heard a song that has been some way involved R. Kelly, whether he produced, whether he wrote. Not only have you heard some of his music that he was involved with, but you've liked it. I'm pretty sure 90% of the people who have listened to American music in the last 30 to 35 years have liked a song or some music that is somehow, some way involved with R. Kelly. His music production is so prolific. I mean, not only have you heard it, but you've enjoyed it, okay? So don't be like, oh man, I don't have anything to do with R. Kelly. Man, he's produced for so many people, written so many hit songs for so many people, even out of the R&B genre. So don't please get down off of your high horse and be like, I have nothing to do with R. Kelly. Listen, everybody's like this music. This is nothing about that. I don't even know the guy, but I've heard some of his music and I've jammed some of his music and I still do to this day. And you say, well, why would you do that? You know, all these artists are coming out. They're like, oh man, that song I made with him, it was wrong. You know, it was a bad decision. What are you talking about? You didn't know what he was doing in his personal time? I have no idea. I'm not coming to you for advice on girls to date or anything like that. I'm trying to make good music. I've heard and I've also witnessed that you've been involved in some hits, you know, so, and I'd like to have a hit, you know, so they're all like, oh man, you know, it was just wrong and I just gotta, listen, they may be saying that because there's pressure from the mob, the internet mob, you know, to disassociate yourself with this guy, but listen, none of those people none of those people are returning the money. Ain't nobody cutting no check like, man, I made $2 million off of that song right here. I'm donating that. No one's doing any of that. So please get off of your moral majority, your high horse that you're on, and like, oh yeah, I'm doing the right thing. Listen. Just think. Just think for a second. Calm down. I'm not for this guy. I'm not against this guy. I'm trying to shape and mold my own personal view, to get somewhere closer. It's just an opinion, but somewhere a little bit closer to what the truth actually may be. Okay, that's all I'm trying to do. I'm not for or against. I'm for me. I'm for doing the right thing. All I do know is that there were crimes being committed. He should be arrested. He should have his day in court and ultimately punished, for doing wrong. That's what I believe. I believe that for all people. If you're doing wrong, breaking laws, I also believe and know in my heart that laws should constantly be looked at and evaluated to make sure that they are still fair and equal. That they're doling out equality into these laws. If not, if we didn't do that, we'd still be on the back of the bus. We still be in the back of the bus. If we didn't constantly look at laws, I'm saying you should follow laws as they are, but you should constantly look at them as well and say, hey man, some of these need to be amended, some of these need to be changed or improved or struck down totally, because now we realize we've got more information. These laws are not just, they are wrong. And if we didn't do that, women still wouldn't have the right to vote. It's a problem. So there are laws still on the books now that are horrible and horrific, but no one's looking at them and doing anything about them to get them updated, changed, or totally struck down from the law books. So you should definitely follow the laws, but you should also constantly be vigilant and making sure that these laws are just and right. Like I said, if this guy's committing crimes, man, he should be arrested. He should have his day in court, as I suppose everyone should. Okay, and that's why I'm not trying to make any, not accusations, but I'm not trying to form an opinion without having any of the facts or even knowing this guy or being a witness to anything. Because listen, and everybody said, oh man, condemn this guy and send him to hell. I'm not a judge nor a jury. Whoever is without sin, please cast the first stone. And then you're like, oh God, you must be for him. You were like, it's nothing like that. You're all emotional. You're calm down. Just calm down. Listen, but think about this. As a person of color, you know how easy it possibly is and has been in the past to be accused of stuff and to get railroaded through the judicial system, without getting your fair shake. That is a huge problem. So I, for one, am not about jumping and judging just because someone made some accusations. Could he be guilty of some of these things, all these things? Sure he could be. Could he be innocent of some of these things or all these things? He could be as well. But everyone in America, that's what makes America so great, deserves their fair shake, and people you're not a judge and you're not a jury. Think about this. That's why they have those lawyers. When someone is alleged to have committed a crime by someone in a certain area and it gets a lot of publicity in the news, they have a motion. They file a motion for a change of venue. A change of venue is I want to have a trial in some other city because the jury pool is tainted here by all the media coverage. People have already made up their minds without even knowing what's going on. They just like, oh, that's what happened. Oh yeah, he's horrible. Hang him. Oh man. And this is my favorite. People used to justify their rants and their raving and their emotional outbursts about this. What if that happened to your mom? What if it happened to your daughter, your sister, or your cousin, your female cousin, or something like that? You'd be really mad with them. Listen. Let me tell you all this real quick. For you to have a problem with the crime that's being committed only because it involves someone close to you or someone that you know or a family member, that's the problem. If the only time that you're concerned that a crime is being committed and people are being wronged is if it involves you or someone close to you or your family, that's where the problem is. That's what the problem is. I have a concern where crimes are being committed regardless of whether I'm involved in it or not. If anyone, I don't need a family member to be involved with rape or murder to be like, yeah, that person needs to be convicted and sent to jail and punished accordingly. I don't even like, well, no, I don't care. You shot 10 people yesterday? Anybody I know? Oh, I don't care. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. And it's all part of the mob mentality. It's all part of the mob mentality, okay? And for those people out there like, hey, you know, man, I don't want to never listen to an R. Kelly song again or anything like that. Listen. If you try to disassociate yourself from any company or product or person that's done something wrong in the past or alleged to have done something wrong in the past, you wouldn't be able to associate with anything. You wouldn't be able to associate with anything. Listen, the President of the United States, Donald Trump, this guy has been accused of raping and of sexually assaulting women. A whole bunch of lawsuits. What are you going to do, move out the United States? He's the president of the United States. What are you going to do? I'm going to disassociate myself with that. Listen, it's absurd. You don't think that somebody high up that works for Walmart has done something crazy in the past? What do you think? You're not going to shop at Walmart anymore? Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing. No more money is going out of my pocket. No, that's absurd. That's absurd. People should be punished for what they do, and just because they associate with something else in the past or in the future in the present, that has nothing to do with that. You go to the doctor and you gotta have surgery or whatnot. You gotta have surgery. But in the past, your doctor, who is the only person qualified to do that in the whole state that you live in, you need this surgery so you can live, or you be like, nah, man, what happened to you 25 years ago? Or someone's accusing you of such. Man, listen. Then all of a sudden becomes, it's like, you know what? I don't really care about that stuff in the past. My child, my baby needs to have this surgery to remove this tumor or whatnot. And you're the only qualified person in the whole state of Texas. You're the best person to remove this. Are you going to be caring about what they did in the past? No, you are not. No, so please stop acting all high and mighty and part of the moral majority. Listen, when it comes down to it, I'm like, man, this is more important than that stuff right there because someone's life is in danger. That's not saying that he shouldn't get punished for what he did, but this is a separate instance from that. You wouldn't be able to be involved in anything. You don't think anybody in the NFL has ever done anything wrong or bad? Of course they have, but you still watch it. You still watch it, don't you? You don't think anybody at Nike, okay, you don't think anybody has ever done anything wrong or bad? I'm not wearing no Nikes no more. And it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You got to think about not just R. Kelly, but you got to think about, listen, Sony, or RCA, or whoever, his labels, all those managers, all those custodians, all the people who put on those concerts that he was at. What are they going to give all the money back? Oh man, I used to be a roadie on tour with him or whatever. I'm finna give all that money back because he's a bad. No one is doing that. No one is doing that. So man, please miss me with that nonsense. You got to think about all the other people that have made money off of this guy. All these other, all them CDs, all the people at Best Buy and listen, Apple. You don't think Apple Music, you don't think they made money on Spotify? Listen, ain't nobody giving none of that money back. Nor should they. Just because you listen to music doesn't mean you support what this person does. It just means I like music. Made you think about all the places you've ever eaten at. You don't think that some of those chefs, some of those cooks back there have done bad things? Well, you're not going to eat at McDonald's no more? Well, most people aren't eating. I don't know. People eating at McDonald's anymore. I don't. But nothing against McDonald's, but it's just not part of my diet. But you don't think well, listen. Come on now. What about schools that you went to? You don't think I'm gonna disassociate myself from that college that I went to because one of the people? You think all those people are giving back those scholarships and those diplomas from Penn State after Sandusky or whatever that incident? Molesting the boys in the locker room? You think that? No, they're not. No, they're not. They're not doing any of that. The show goes on. The show goes on. You don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Okay? That's an old euphemism that they used to use. But on to this R. Kelly. Really on to this R. Kelly. My point of view is this. And all these goings on. Oh, and besides, I don't know if y'all know or not, but they say that they secretly got married. I don't know, because the marriage certificate or whatever was allegedly sealed in a motion that was granted to Aaliyah 2 years after they got married. They got annulled, and they sealed the court documents, so no one actually knows whether they got married or not. I guess except the judge. But it's been sealed in court, so we don't have access to that. But they say he married her when she was 15 and he was 27 years old. 12-year difference. I don't know if y'all know or not, but do you know that Jay-Z is 49 years old and that Beyonce's 37? 12-year difference. I'm just saying. What are we really saying with it? Like, oh, that's horrible. He likes having sex with you. Okay. Oh man, like I said before, if people are committing crimes, they need to have their day in court. You also need to look at laws to make sure that the laws are still fair and just. Are we saying that a 15-year-old doesn't know whether she likes sex or not? I don't, or he or she likes sex or not. And if we're going to, like say, hey man, if they have sex with someone, and it's statutory rape. Okay. So if a 15-year-old has sex with another 15-year-old, shouldn't they both be because they both did wrong? They both did wrong. Neither of them consented, so it should both be wrong. If the act of having sex is wrong, okay, when you're that age, shouldn't they both go to jail or whatever? It should be committing crimes. I don't know. I'm just asking questions. Asking questions is the only way to seek out or eventually find the answers that you are looking for. And I'm not for anyone or against anyone. I'm just trying to get closer to the truth. So some semblance of it. But are we magically saying that whatever the consent age is, and for most people that they think that it's 18. In the United States, most states it is not 18. I know here in Texas it's 17, and most of the states it's either 16 or 17. But for those that really want to know, people think they know everything. That's why you can't get all excited, can't get emotional. Look at the facts. And the facts of the case are, I'm looking at this. I don't know if he did wrong. Is it possible he did wrong? Sure. Is it possible he's innocent? Sure. But hey, look, all I know is that to this point in time, no one, he hasn't been, why is he not in jail? Why is he not in jail is what I'm trying to say. Look, he hasn't been convicted of anything. All this time in 30, 35 years, he hasn't been convicted of nothing. Nothing! He ain't been convicted of nothing! Man! Now all of a sudden we're saying that, I did not watch the Surviving R. Kelly because here's the reason why. It's put on television. Those people got paid, okay? The network that put it on, they got paid. They paid people and they got paid for putting that show on because it sold the advertising rights, for the marketing and the commercials that came on. They made money from this. Stuff that's put on television is for entertainment purposes. Entertainment purposes. If it's not going to entertain you, they're not going to put it on because you're not going to watch and they can't sell ads. That's what it's about. So I take that with a grain of salt. And basically from what I've heard is just a bunch of people saying they could be telling the absolute truth. They could be telling the absolute falsity. They could be lying. I don't know. I wasn't there. But they came on there and they made accusations. And lots of them. And told their emotional, compelling stories, which they are free to do. Like I said, I don't know if they're right, wrong. I have no idea. But the facts of the matter are, they are just allegations. They are just allegations, okay? They made some allegations on there. He hasn't been convicted of anything as far as I can tell. Man, and people are really trying to railroad this guy. You know, and listen, he could be guilty of all of it and probably more that we haven't even heard of. I have no idea. But if you want to be treated fairly in the justice system, you gotta want other people to be treated fairly in the justice system as well. Not just for you. You wouldn't want to get arrested, lose your livelihood or anything like that just because someone made some allegations. Someone made some allegations and accusations. That doesn't sound right at all. You'd be pretty mad. Like, y'all didn't convict me. There's no evidence. You'd be really mad. You wouldn't want someone close to you or in your family to have to suffer through that. Of course not. Like I said, he could be guilty. Could be. I know the way he acts, man, oh man, that's but man, you would want someone like me on the jury who's going to look at it with an open mind and just look at the facts and try to decide on the law as it is written, not just on just personal feelings toward it, or what it sounds like, or hey, definitely want someone with an open mind. But why has he not been brought to jail? Then I've seen these people with these all these press conferences. I think Gloria Allred. I mean, they're like, oh, he did this and did this, all this stuff. Why are they having press conferences and stuff? Why are they going and doing television shows instead of going to the police? If someone has committed a horrible crime as you are accusing, why are they not going to the police? Why are they not going to police? Now, it looks to me, when someone does things like this, it looks like a shakedown. It looks like a money grab. It looks like a money grab. If you're so heart-stricken, grieving, and heartbroken, and just like, man, you've been done wrong, man, go to the police. Go to police and get them in criminal court because you're alleging they committed crimes. Don't go and try to get the public against them so you can file a civil lawsuit. File a civil lawsuit so you can get money. That's what, listen, if all these women came on and said, man, I was done wrong, he is a monster, I don't want no money, I am signing papers right now that say I can never sue him in civil court and I will never get any monetary damages. I just want him to go to jail for the crimes that he has committed against me and others. I would step up and take another, like, whoa. I'm like, whoa, so it's not about just money or anything like that, or the possibility of money. This is about doing right, but by someone who's done you wrong. So it looks like a money grab. And like I said, again, people are committing crimes. They need to be arrested, taken to jail. They need to have their fair day in court, and they need to be punished for those crimes they've been committing. Also need to continuously and vigorously look at laws that are on the books to make sure that they are still fair and just. But that's the point of view that I have. But in the middle of all this, where are the parents? How does a 15-year-old have access to get a marriage license and how do you get married and what? I don't know, man. I don't know these people. But this first thoughts that come to my mind are like, wow, where are the parents at? I don't understand. And all these new allegations and stuff, I don't know if they were young or if they were adults or young adults or not. If they were young adults, I mean, if they were in their teens and not yet adults, where were the parents at? Where were the parents at? And some of these things happened recently. Did y'all not hear about the allegations or rumors before in the past? Why would you associate yourself with this guy? It doesn't make any sense unless you have an ulterior motive and you're trying to get money. You're trying to live that lifestyle. I'm trying to get champagne and caviar wishes. That's what I'm doing. I'm living the life. Maybe I might get a record deal or something like that. That's outrageous. I mean, are the parents pimping out their kids to this guy so they can get money from him, or hopefully make him a star? I mean, they know what he's been accused of and they don't care? I'm like, what is going on? And then, like I said, if you're an adult and you're going over, he's having a sex cult or whatever they were talking about, I've heard no allegations that he actually physically, raped someone. I haven't heard any of those allegations that he physically raped someone. I've heard that he's been mistreating people, treated them like crap, and all with they're saying the hopes of becoming a star and making music or getting into the industry. Is being mistreated, and is that? I mean, no one, as I've been told, no one's been, or unless I've read, that no one was forced to stay beyond their will. They weren't being held hostage. It seems like they were from what I say, but I don't know. We're gonna leave a message down in the comment section that they were there of their own free will and volition. But they were like, no, he invited me here, or he kept me here, or he made me stay here, or he wouldn't help me out in the music industry, or I couldn't continue living this lifestyle with him. I don't know, man. All I do know is that if he is guilty, like I said, he's been convicted, he's been alleged of a crime, and they got evidence, he needs to be arrested, taken to jail, having his fair day in court, and ultimately punished for those crimes and wrongdoings on his person. And also, we need to stay vigilant and steadfast and continuously looking at the laws that are on the books and make sure that they are still just and fair. We could still be on the back of the bus right now, women not having the right to vote. If you have enjoyed these videos, I appreciate all the support. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you're alerted every time there's a brand new video. If you haven't already, make sure you follow me on my 2 Twitter handles so we can stay in constant contact. As always, I appreciate all your wonderful ideas and comments. If you want to support the channel financially, just send $1 to the Cash App. The link is in the description box. I appreciate all the support. I truly do, because this is what I do. These ideas, they're neither wrong nor right. They're just my views on life. I'm Iron Man from the music group theLottory, Showtime Records. Let's get it, baby.